Hello, ma'am. I hope you're doing well. I just wanted to go over everything that we have in your palette really quick so that you have a little reminder of what the colors are. But once your makeup comes in, we will go through how to apply everything and walk through your application together. And we'll honestly just do our makeup together over a FaceTime or a Zoom call. So I did start you off with a size 12 palette. That's the size that we were putting your makeup in the other day. And you'll see the link that you click on in your email. This is the site that it brings you to. So your size 12 palette has 2 layers, and I like it because it's not too big, not too small. It's kind of like the perfect size to start people off with. So then you have a little bit of extra growing room down the road. So with the 2 layers that you have here, you have everything that you need for your entire face, plus a little bit of growing room. So just know that you don't have to have this completely full before you check out and are ready to purchase. You can have some empty space in there so that you can add stuff later on down the road once you see, if there are some additional colors that you want to add. Anyways, okay, so there are also different designs that you can choose from, which is pretty fun. So whatever design you'd like to do is totally fine with me, but let's go ahead and go over your colors in your palette. I won't spend too much time on this just because we went over them with your color match. Plus, I know that we'll go over them again whenever they come in, and that will help us out a lot more than me going over them in a lot of detail right now. So the first 3 colors that I have are your 3D foundation shades. Those are the only 3 colors that you do not want to change. Everything else is personal preference, so feel free to change and adjust as you see fit. So your first color in your 3D foundation is your contour shade Cedar. The next color is Hazel. This is your main highlight. So I think about, sorry if you hear my dryer in the background, I think about the main color of my face. My main highlight is going to be like my foundation color that matches my skin tone. The third color is Aura. This is your brightening highlight. You could say it acts as your concealer, but I just say that it brightens up areas of your face to give you that 3-dimensional look. Next up is your Bella Bronzer. It's a little different than your contour in that it's a warmer tone than a cooler tone like your contour is. So this is one thing that I personally cannot live without. It just makes the biggest difference, especially when you're out and about in the sun. This always gives me a little bit of extra warmth, like I've been in the sun, even on days when I haven't. Also, when you start to get a little extra color, Bella Bronzer is a great way to transition in between, a lighter shade and a darker shade until you get that darker shade. So, love Bella Bronzer. The next 2 colors are going to be your lip and cheek shades. These are colors that you can use on your cheeks as a blush or on your lips as like a lipstick or lip gloss. Hollywood is the color that we applied when we were at your house. It's a dupe for the NARS Orgasm Blush. Probably one of my very first favorites, and it's definitely a fan favorite, but absolutely gorgeous on you. The next color is Desert Sunset. This is a little more of a glossy finish, which I like, especially if you want something to put on your lips. But it's very neutral. It's kind of the perfect color to go with anything and everything. So I thought I would put this in your palette. Even though we didn't try it on the other day, I thought it would be a good complement to the colors that you have in here, and it would be a nice little gloss to add as well. Next up is your Illuminator Honey. This is kind of like a highlighter in the makeup world. It's just going to go on the tops of your cheekbones to give you a little bit of that lit from within type of glow. It's like the icing on the cake for me. So I always make sure I pop on just a little bit of Honey Illuminator. Angel is also another great color, but I think with your skin tone, Honey looks beautiful, and it is a cream. So it's going to continue with that hydration that you get from the other creams. But again, it does give you that really beautiful glow without looking like you put glitter all over your face. It's like the perfect sheen. Next up is the brow wax, and we used that the other day. I think we said just the brow wax was perfect for you since your eyebrows were a little bit darker, and match your hair color better than mine. And then last but not least, you have your eyeshadows. These are the first three are the colors that we used at your house, and then the last one is going to be just one additional color so that you have a second option for a shimmer. I like to usually do 2 mattes and 2 shimmers, or 3 mattes and 3 shimmers with my ladies who are just starting out, but definitely something neutral that you can still wear every day. Okay, so first off is Sedona. It's a matte color, and then you also have Claire, which is one of my favorite shades. It's like a very beautiful dusty rose color, but still within the neutral family. And then you have Sis, which when you swatch this on your skin, looks a lot different than here on the website. So if you scroll down to the bottom of the email that I sent you, then you can see the eyeshadows and their swatches, and they look a little bit different than some of the tins you see here on the website. So be sure to check those out. But Sis is a nice subtle shimmer that you can wear every day if you want to, or wear for a date night. Drift is a color that I like to just take with my pinky and put on the inside corner of my eyes to give me a little more of an illusion that I'm awake. It is one color that I use probably every single day for that very reason. So those are the colors that you have in your palette. If you do see that you want to change some colors, or you want to add some colors, all you have to do is scroll down here to the drop down boxes. So you have like your lip and cheek shades. You can toggle back and forth between gloss and satin or semi-gloss. If you have any questions about any of these, just let me know. And then you also have things like your eyeshadows. And again, you can toggle back and forth between shimmers, mattes, glitters, creams. I would stick with the shimmers and mattes if I were you. Those are definitely going to be colors that you can get started off with, and will be very easy to use. And also, they're absolutely gorgeous. If you want anything else, like lip conditioner, the peppermint lip conditioner is amazing. But other than that, you just need to add a brush or grab a brush. So when you look at the menu in the top left-hand corner, you'll see brushes and tools. The one brush that I would recommend to start off with is going to be the blush and bronzer brush. It is double-ended, so you essentially get 2 for the price of 1, and the brushes from Saint are specifically designed to work with the creams. So they're going to blend your makeup a lot better than other makeup brushes that you might have in your makeup stash. I tried out some of my old brushes when I first got the makeup, and I tried my Saint brushes next to it on my face, and it was like night and day. So, sorry, my throat is a little bit dry. Anyways, the blush and bronzer brush is wonderful, especially for blending. If you wanted to go with 2 brushes, you could do like the blush and bronzer brush and the detail brush. Those are really awesome, but either way, if you wanted just 1 brush, you could do the blush and bronzer brush and apply everything, blend everything, and get the same effect. But if you want to have a little fun and do a couple, then I would go with those 2. If you don't have an eyeshadow brush that you like, the eyeshadow brush from Saint is like my one-stop shop for everything. I use it regardless of if I'm doing like a simple daytime look, or if I am doing my eyeshadow for a night out. Like, this is the brush that I use, and that is it. It just blends everything so well with the fluffy end on one side, and it allows you to be a little more precise with the smaller end on the top side that you see there. There are a lot more brushes that you can choose from, but I don't want to overwhelm you by any means. So if you do have any more questions about those, feel free to let me know. Saint does have a spoolie brush, and this one is actually, I want to say this is their travel spoolie brush. so that you can actually flip the spoolie end around and pop it into, oh, there you go, ta-da. So you can travel with it if you want to, in case you need a spoolie brush. If you have one, then you're more than welcome to use the one that you have. But if you need one, that one's kind of handy for when you're traveling as well. And then the brush cleaner, I always recommend to any of my ladies who are starting out, just because I personally clean my brushes once a week. So that one, they don't get any type of bacteria, that's being harbored by not cleaning your brushes. And two, it's just going to make sure that each time you apply your makeup, you're getting the best finish possible. Because if you don't clean your brushes, the creams will start to build up on those bristles, and you'll see that you don't get as smooth of a finish. So keeping your brushes clean is going to be super helpful. The brush cleaner from Saint is amazing, just for the simple fact that you don't have to wet your brushes and clean them and then wait for them to dry. You literally just spritz them on your towel, swirl them around, and you're good to go. But if you have any other questions about anything else, please feel free to let me know. Okay, so if you are on the Saint website and you go up to the top where it says collections, you can actually save a little bit of money by scrolling and grabbing the bronzer collection. That has the blush and bronzer brush that I mentioned earlier, and then you would just change to Bella Bronzer, which is the color that's in your palette. Bundled together, this saves you like $11, so I always like to throw that out there. If I can save you money, I am more than happy to share all of my tips. So this is one thing that you can add to your bag to help save some. Just make sure that whenever you press the back button to go back to your palette, when you are in your palette, you can tap on the Bella Bronzer here and remove it. So then you don't end up with two Bella bronzers, but once you're ready, you can add your items to your bag, and then you are good to go. Just check out from there. You'll see you get $50. You get free shipping when you spend $50 or more. And then if you swipe over, you also will see that you get a palette credit. So as you're adding these tins here to your palette, it gives you credit so that you receive your palette that holds all of your makeup for free. So kind of like a little win-win there. But anyways, I am super excited for you to get this makeup in, and I cannot wait for you to start wearing it, because I know that you loved it so much whenever we were able to play around in it the other weekend. So again, if you have any questions, let me know. But once your makeup comes in, we'll set up a time to walk through everything. And I hope you have a great rest of your week.